Good afternoon, guys. So today I actually got in my fuel pump wiring kit. You can see here my old stuff, and right off the bat I wanted to show you guys, can you see the difference here? New fuel pump wiring versus the old, yeah, night and day difference. This is much larger and I won't lose a drop in voltage to the fuel pump itself. This is also a dual setup versus a single setup. This is by far some of the nicest shit I have ever seen. Like, it's completely sealed off, and let me show you this. Completely sealed unit. As you can see, there's the 30 relays on it, or 30 amp. Dude, it's just so much nicer too. Comes with a little mount. He was saying, whoop, about lost it there, boys and girls. About lost her. He was saying about using self-tapping screws and tapping this in the body. I won't do that. I will never use self-tapping screws. I don't believe in them. I think I'm just not going to destroy the body for that. So I'm going to build a bracket on top of this bracket somehow and come off the fuel pump hanger itself, or not the fuel pump hanger, but where the fuel pump covers at. There's bolts off of that. I can use this and utilize this somehow. So I'll figure that out. The rest of the wiring is down here. I have to put it back in. So that actually goes to the trigger itself to trigger the fuel pump. So I got to run all that wire up, which probably should get to that next, but I haven't fucked with it. So yeah, so everything came in. Look how big, I mean, dude, this is massive wiring compared to what I had before. So this should definitely hold up and then some. I shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. Pretty excited about it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and install this here. I'm gonna try and get this all done tonight. I'm kind of in a rush mode, which I don't really like to do that, as I'm very particular. I like to take my time and make sure it's done and done once and right. So yeah, let's go ahead and give it a shot here, and I'll give you guys an update. All right, guys, I started running the wiring here. Trying to do the best I can. I have it running directly up underneath all these panels here, up underneath the kick panel inside the door, which I can show you here. Peeled back the carpet right here, and the wiring's tucked under there and zip tied away. I got to put my black kick panel piece back on here. Then ran up there by the, I guess, the fuse box for the interior pieces here. And now I'm going to run the wiring up and over here. Now, one thing I recommend is do not run it up under the wheel well itself. You want to take this wire and run it up over against the fender liner itself, or the fender, and up and over. There's like a ridge. It's hard to see here. Let me get a light. There is a ridge up there, guys. If you can see it, you want to mount your wiring on top of that ridge. This way, if your wheel does bottom out and it does end up going through your plastic liner, it'll hit metal before it hits any of your wiring. The last thing you want is get stranded on the side of the road because you ripped out some of your wiring. I just recommend it, guys. It makes it really easy. It's not that hard to do, so just take that extra couple minutes and do that if you can, and yeah, it'll save you a lot of headache in the long haul. Another thing I just realized, I really need to replace these brakes because they are like shot. They're not even that old, but I'll be honest, they're eBay brakes that I bought back in the day because I had no money, and now I have money. So I don't have money. I'm saying that wrong, but yeah, they need replaced because you can see micro cracks all over. And the last thing I want them to do is fail on me, because that'll scare me shitless. Okay, yep, on to the next thing. Alright guys, so now I have my fuse box out, and you're probably wondering, why the hell do I have my fuse box out? Well, the reason I have it out is I'm running the power directly to the fuse box source. This way it's hidden. Jose had actually told me about this a little while ago, and I never really realized it, but yeah, so I'm running it directly to the power source there. There's already kind of like a little notch in the bottom of this, so I can run the wire right underneath. You won't be able to see any of it. Roll it out through there, back in through the car, and be done. Pretty plain and simple. I'm gonna have to push some of this wire back into the trunk of the car, which actually I kind of like, gives me a little excess for mounting that box somewhere else, because where he had it mounted, I didn't really want to mount it. So yeah, just want to let you guys know you can mount it, as you can see right there, to the power source, which you pop open this little red piece there, which is the power. I guess it just says power on it. Actually, let's look. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the light and do this at the same time, guys. I apologize. Yep, it just says positive for power. And there's a 12 millimeter there, a 10 millimeter right there, and a 10 millimeter there, and this pulls right out. You can see the nuts are right there. So yeah, pretty basic setup, pretty easy to do. What I might also do while I'm in here is pull this off and clean behind it, and want to check for any rust real quick. All right, all done with the fuse box mount now for that fuel pump wiring. Only thing you can see is this little black wiring here, which is going to slip underneath here. Like I said earlier, it's going to run up and over, which you won't be able to even see, and there was already a rip in my boot there, so it was easy to run the wiring straight through that. No big deal, so no harm done there. Why do I have this random black electrical tape there, though? Not sure why that's there, but now it's gone. Whoever had it before probably did something there and cut it open for some godly reason, who knows, but all right, all done. Now on to the next thing. It's finally warm here in Pennsylvania. Light's not shining in too bad. It's a little windy right now, so I can't go outside because it'll disrupt the audio, but it is finally nice to see that there's warm weather. And the one good thing is the house beside me is almost done. I don't know if I showed you guys the outside of my house before. I think I have. But yeah, new house beside us is almost done. And this is kind of like the outside of my house. It's mostly garage, which you guys can see here. Yeah, literally mostly garage. Kind of funny. My wife was kind enough to let me build it the way I wanted it. So I got diesel fuel all over the ground. My damn brother-in-law leaked diesel fuel all over the place. Not that I really care, to be honest. But yeah. Okay, so got all the wiring ran through. Everything's good. I do have one good update for y'all. Drive shaft. I finally got tracking for it. Shitty thing is, it won't be here till next Monday. Kind of pissed about that because they said supposedly it shipped last Monday. Here they didn't ship it till today. So they're off by one day. If they would have shipped it yesterday, it would have made it here by Friday and everything would have been good to go. So I'm honestly a little pissed off about that because I really wanted to drive it this weekend. It's beautiful and it's another day I miss. I know it sounds petty, but I live in the north, so every day is crucial for us. You know, we don't live down south where y'all get to drive all the time. So kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So I do have an update for you guys on that. It'll be here shortly. One thing I'm gonna try to do is put the exhaust on. I'm just not sure if the drive shaft can go on with the exhaust still on. Let's call it on here and check real quick. You guys can see the exhaust kind of sits in the way. I don't know if I can put it on with the exhaust. I don't think I can. I don't think, actually. It might work. It's a one-piece drive shaft now, and I don't have to worry about those bolts or anything. I don't see why it wouldn't. Alright, might just give it a shot. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. If anything, I'll just take it back out. No big deal. Not sure if I got this last night or not, guys, but I did run the power wires, or the trigger wires, I should say, and I did a ghetto fabulous way, just twisted the wires right now to test it. I do have a proper Molex crimper coming here, so I can actually have actual crimping tools so I can properly make this wiring. Purple wire is what's going to be the trigger wire, and then I have another green one for the second pump, but I don't have a second pump yet. Plus I have to crimp all the wires for my, well, not sure what I'm going to use the knob for. I said boost by gear or traction control or something like that. Another thing, guys, help me figure out a new shift knob. This is off my old Lexus IS250 manual. That's right, they used to actually make an IS250 in the manual. A lot of people don't believe me when I say that, but this actually came off that car, and you can see it's starting to really wear down. Plus it has this chrome on it, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's weighted and it's always fit my hand nicely. But if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I don't really like the stock super shift knob, so I'm looking for something else that's maybe leather wrapped, something like that. So if you guys could give me some insight, I'd deeply appreciate it. Also, you guys might be able to see a little bit better back here too. Now, here's the red wire that, once again, I won't be using. Here's the black and red wire that is already pinned in and ran up through the hole right here. Here is my fuse box itself, which, if you guys can see now, it's very nice. Like, it's very well done. It's completely sealed. Like, I could put this in engine bay and not worry about it. Definitely overkill, but I really like it, and I think Jose did a very good job with all this. He also made this setup for the trigger wires, so it's plug and play. Like, I can actually literally unplug this using the Deutsch connectors there. Deutsch, whatever the hell they're called. So yeah, and also came with this little bracket, which I think I mentioned this already, but I'm kind of repeating myself. Mount it something like that, should be fine. Yep, he said about drilling the holes here. I just don't know about drilling holes into the body just for a bracket. I just can't. I just have a really hard time with that. In all honesty, you don't need to. Like, I don't need to ground this. I could sit here for all I give a shit. But I would rather have it mounted to something. I'm just not sure what I need to mount it to. One thing I also didn't think thoroughly through is gloss black and pollen season's coming up. So that's going to be fun to try and take care of now. I am a clean freak, so I didn't even think this through. It looks great, but fuck, is it going to be hard to keep all this shiny black stuff, like, squeaky looking clean. Probably wasn't the smartest decision on my behalf, but it is what it is, and that goes there like that. So guys, I think that's going to be it for this one. I don't really have much else to add to it. I really need to figure out an outro video. I think someone else mentioned that before. I don't really have anything. I just do my little, you know, throw the finger up piece thing, but it gets kind of old and dumb. I need like an outro. If one of you guys can help make me one, I hate even asking, but I'm just, one, I don't have the time. If you see, I'm trying to do this once a day, but I'm struggling to keep up and try to get quality content. And on top of that, I don't know how to do it. I fucking just don't. Last time, Casey made me one. I think I'm saying his name right. I hope it's Casey, right? I hope I'm saying your name right, buddy, who made the first one. My memory's so bad. But yeah, so if someone could make me an outro, that would be great, because the one I have is nothing and it sucks. So I kind of need something. Yeah. So guys, as usual, thank you very much. If you could do me a favor, Facebook, down below, Pure Function Engineering. Also, Instagram, down below in the description also, Pure Function _. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Peace. That was fucking lame. Later.